HMD! Anyways, no, I'm not working there again. Uh, I had to call them because I was looking for a copy of my W-2 so I can get a loan for a new property. But I found it, so but they finally returned my call, and then I had to call them back and let them know that I found what I was looking for. But anyway, while I was on the phone call, I was doing I forgot what they call it now, where directory, the dial by directory, whatever, and I was waiting for the right button to push. They was in the recording, they was talking about how they was talking about looking for directions to the Gary, Indiana terminal. So it looks like they finally got their Gary, Indiana terminal up and running, which is cool. I'd like to see how it turned out, just out of curiosity. But yeah, like I said, I don't know how good of a company they are. But if they didn't do 34-hour resets and then get me home every weekend, or actually, I personally prefer getting home during the week because I live in a small town of like 500, or more like 800 in the winter, and like 1,500 in the summer. But on the weekends, it's kind of like a ghost town. So you can't get anything done on the weekends. That being said, I have a girlfriend now, so she helps me get things done that I can't get done on the weekends if it's something she can do. Otherwise, I'll take a day off. Which I could have done with HMD too, because I didn't realize when I was with HMD that they have PTO. And so I could have taken PTO to get stuff done. But when I hired on, the biggest problem was they told me I would get 2 full days off. And they only get you home on the weekends. They can't get you home during the week. That's just how they run. And my first dispatcher would get me home on a Friday, and then I'd go back out Monday. But then he left and went to a different company that paid him better. And so after that, I had nothing but problems. And then my last dispatcher, or I should say my second to last dispatcher, was screwing with my money. Actually, I would say my third dispatcher was screwing with my money too, because he was messing up my mileage. He would say I had to keep an eye on my mileage, because he would say that my deadhead point was a different point to a different point, or to where I was picking up, and he would short me 25 miles here, 100 miles there, 10 miles here, 30 miles there, and I had to keep an eye on that, and I kept catching him on that, so I got rid of him. And then I got Larry, who was screwing me over on my layovers and my detention time. So I finally got rid of him. Well, Larry was screwing me over on my home time too. So I got rid of him. And then I was pretty much done. I was out the door. I was on my way out the door. And I had the substitute dispatcher that would be my dispatcher when Larry was gone, which Larry took off like a whole bunch of times, but yet he ridiculed me for wanting 2 days off. And he took time off all the time. But anyways, and then he would lie and say I had more time off than I really did. And it was a nightmare. So that substitute dispatcher was pretty cool, so I had him as my final dispatcher before I quit. But I was already out the door. I was just like, I just didn't want to deal with Larry in my last, few days, my last month, because I try to give a month's notice, uh, but at minimum I'll give a 2 weeks notice. Maximum I'll give a month's notice. So I had the other guy for the last month, and he was cool, but I was pretty much done with HMD. I probably maybe should have stayed there, but I don't know. I hear it went downhill after that, even more so than it already was going downhill. Now, could they make a turnaround? Yeah, they can make a turnaround. Overall, I think maybe they kind of cared about their drivers and their equipment, but I don't know. So I guess I'll have to take a poll and see, a driver poll, and see what other drivers think to get an idea, how other drivers think HMD in general overall cares about their drivers. I think the biggest thing with HMD, if you go to work there, is the dispatcher. The dispatcher will make or break you. If you get a good dispatcher, it'll be good. If you get a bad dispatcher, it'll be hell. So, if you got a bad dispatcher, get rid of them and get another one. And I just keep doing that till you get a good one, I guess. And like I said, that last dispatcher I had, he was cool. And my first dispatcher I had, he was cool. And if I planned on staying there, then I probably would have stayed and kept that last dispatcher. But Larry and that other guy pretty much did me in. I was just like, you know what? I can't be babysitting you guys. Make sure you're not screwing me over. So I went somewhere else, and it wasn't much better. I did get home during the week, or whenever I wanted. I pretty much got home whenever I wanted, but they lied to me too. They all lie pretty much. But where I'm at now, I'm at Premier. And Premier is pretty good. I like them. Every company. Oh wait, is this the? Oh no, that's the Chicago yard right there. That yard's kind of tight. But that's probably what the yard looks like now that they got the Gary, Indiana terminal done. Because I've never seen this terminal that empty. Oh, there's CRST across the street. Don't go work for them. They suck. Flatbed. I can't speak for the flatbed side. I can only speak for the dry van side. Yeah, they have their own race car. I think the local drivers are pretty happy. So if you're looking for a local job in Chicago, I think that might be a decent job. What's this, tanker? Interesting. I didn't know they had tankers. They might not. But anyway. All right, yeah, it muted me for a minute, so I had to stop talking. Overall, I'd say HMD was one of the better companies I worked for. I wouldn't say they were the worst. That girl there on the right, um, she was a receptionist when I started, but I think she was actually somewhere else, and she filled in for the receptionist job. Then they hired a receptionist, and then she went to doing something else. But she was pretty cool. You'll see her on Facebook and stuff, promoting the business, promoting the company. She's real good at advertising and promoting the company. And that's the owner and his wife. HMD stands for his first name, her first name, and their last name, from what I understand. Yeah, Harry. Oh, wait, no, not their last name. I read it somewhere. It's probably on their website. But it's his first name, her first name, initials, and then I don't know where the D comes from, but I thought it was their last name. Maybe it's her last name. Or something. But anyways, it don't matter. Okay, HMD. It used to be called HMD Group, but now it's HMD LLC. So I'm not sure what that's all about. Anyways, my truck's in the shop, getting the cruise control fixed. So I'm home, trying to be productive. But I figured I'd give that little update. I'll have to see if I can find a picture of their yard. I'm sure we're not going to have an updated video street view or anything. But maybe there's some pictures in here. Nope. Oh, it's right next to Freightliner. Or no, Peterbilt. It's right next to Peterbilt. All right, well, anyways, gotta go. Talk to you later.